Hi. With the global increase of cyber threats against every organization, on the planet, do you have a cybersecurity plan that is rooted in risk management foundation, risk management methodologies? Well, let's talk about here today. But before that, I'm not going to link in here either in the video or on the notes below, a freebie for you. That is a template for you to start establishing your first cybersecurity business plan to protect your organization. Free of cost, all for you. Just click on the link and get your copy. But let's talk about cybersecurity planning. Well, if you are a small business and you might see yourself not a target for cyber attacks or hackers, well, let me tell you, that is not true. Remember, you have other clients as well. And some of your clients might be larger organizations. Let's say you are a small development shop. They have a niche for a particular development language. So you have larger clients that utilize your shop, right, as an extent of their own team. With that, they give you the code or give you access to their environment, or they give you the data to you to work with. Either way, you have and you are a way in to that larger organization, becoming yourself a target. And even if you not have these business with larger organization, yourself are building code, yourself have client information, putting yourself as a target as well. Remember, there's no more a small business. If you are on the internet, you are a global company, you have a global reach. So you are capable of providing that information to the hackers. So the hackers will go where the information is, and you as a small organization is a target. Do you have the resources or have a cybersecurity plan today? Something to think about, because you will need to continue doing business and continue providing the services and products for your customers. Now, if you're a large organization, yes, definitely you are the target of hackers. But then again, you have the resources to put all in place. You have the resources, perhaps the cybersecurity team or department in place to take care of that. You have a different problem: bureaucracy. The larger is your organization, the harder it is to implement consistently a plan across the entire enterprise, across different business units and business areas, that you have the plan to be executed the way you have written. So yes, you have the resources, but now where do I start? Where are my critical assets? Where is the crown jewels for my organization? That, my friend, becomes your problem today. So the other key element that you need to be aware of is that you start this planning with a risk assessment, trying to understand what are the risks for your organization. Once you understand what the risks are to your organization, and there are several, and don't confuse risk with vulnerabilities. I'll get to that in a minute. So you need to understand what the risks to your organization are. Is that your scheduler for your customers going to go down? If it goes down, you will impact the revenue of your organization. You will give you reputational damage, what have you. So if that is the risk to your organization, availability, or even the integrity of that data, or the confidentiality of that data. So your triad CIA, right? Now you understand that what threats and who's interested in that and protecting that. Now understanding that is the risk. You will start scanning for vulnerabilities, understanding what are there that if exposed and a hacker take a hold of it and execute that vulnerability, and therefore the risk realizes, that's where you're trying to protect against. You always start with the crown jewels of your organization. And of course, along the way, you make sure that you do in parallel all the systems that are outward facing, your DMZ. So crown jewels, DMZ, and then you start your internal network and so on and so forth. So you have that as strategy. But definitely that's the first step for your planning, understanding what you have and what is important to the organization. Another important step is user training. Remember, the most of the attacks on organizations right now are coming through phishing. And that is directly to desktop or your employees on your organization. So are they sufficiently trained? Can they identify phishing emails, at least the common ones, right? Are you running a sort of phishing exercise internal the organization that you can test and train them, or providing part of your annual cybersecurity training to your employees? Make sure that they are your first line of defense. Do not over-engineer something that is not necessary. Yes, you need to put precautions in place. You need to put filtering. You need to put blocking, antivirus, anti-malware, what have you. Yes, but don't forget, these are only tools you need still to train the employees. So going back, having that cybersecurity plan in place is very crucial. Do you know how to get one? Do you know how to set one? Do you know how to implement one? Well, once again, the link below or somewhere here in the video is a template for you to get started.